Okay, let's get started. So working on the color picker, there's a few things that are still issues that I'd like to work on today. Well, there's actually more than a few issues, but the first couple that I'd like to just address is, well, first of all, HSV. Um, HSV works, but what's it called? So Raylib just uses the GPU for doing interpolation, and it just does the interpolation in RGB space. So this whole slider just looks like complete garbage. Um, so in order to fix that, I'm gonna have to probably generate a texture or something separately, so the GPU can just sample from that instead of generating this. Um, that's one thing I want to do. It's not the first thing I want to do though. So the first thing I'd like to do is well, one of the first things I'd like to do is when you're just sliding like this, if you go off the bar, it stops, even if you're like still holding down the mouse, it stops sliding, which doesn't feel like very nice. And also like when you get towards like the end, it can be hard to like get to exactly one when that happens. So um, that's like one of the first things I'd like to address. The actual first thing I'd like to do is so right now there's no way to like disable the hot reloading. The hot reloading is good for development, but it's like not good after when you just want to use the program. So I'd like to start introducing that notion. Um, First of all, actually this can be duplicated. Just use C flags here. Um, Also, there's no reason to be doing it with optimizations enabled right now just because it makes it harder to debug. So I don't want to do that. So this part is all fine in the build. Now, in the main though, we need to do some work here. So actually, so debug C flags. So I don't really think it makes sense to not have this be a separate thing. So like this is going to be totally fine. Um, So now if you just want to disable this, you're just going to comment this out. We want it, well, I need to make sure it builds with it disabled. So we will get that working first. So now the optimal way to do this. So first of all, up here, we don't actually need like any of this file type time code or anything. This is all debug. This font path is going to get changed, but that's the only thing here that's not like debug related. Basically, I want to do this. If define debug. Do this, and I think I'm just going to make like a stub function. So This is going to be fine. So else else so in here we're gonna take all of this. I take this should be fine. So we're gonna do that. Here we're gonna do a do debug. Actually, we ripped that first, so do debug. And then let me see here. Get rid of that load library call. I think the rest of this is perfectly fine, to be honest. Let's just try building this. Ah, yes. Okay. If define debug else do debug found include color picker.c. Okay. This is fine. Hold on. Why would that not work? Undeclared identifier, but it's declared. It's declared in util. What? Huh? That's really weird. Like it's included up here, so it's already visible. What is happening? I want that getting included via color picker. Include color picker.c. Why on earth would this not work? Time to look at the preprocessor output. Let me just comment out those headers first of all. Just because I need to see. Okay. Gen2 stuff, util.c. Do a bunch of type def, and then we do all of our type def. Then we include color picker.c. That's going to include some of this nonsense I don't care about. And then we're going to include raylib, which is going to be a giant mess. That's actually helpful, but besides all that nonsense. So here is our code. All those types are already defined, right? Like why? Can we still build if we re-enable this? Oh, well, if this was typed correctly anyways. No. Oh, well, yeah, because I commented that out. Yeah, so that builds just fine. And if we disable this, color picker.c. This is not getting like in. Oh, I see what the problem is. So that's building this first one here. Yeah. This needs to either not get built at all or right. I hate using like if def guards, but I might have to. Um, I mean, like this thing doesn't even need to be built technically, though. I just don't want to like complicate this stupid script. Not defined till util. Not the biggest fan of doing this, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then if we open color picker.c, what happened there? Why is that in the wrong folder? Okay, still need that, and that's okay. Oops. Now if we do that, And we just load the color picker. This one is not doing any dynamic loading. There's no way to just, well, there is actually a way to just test that. So, swap window. We enable the debug. Oops. Then we're gonna edit the color picker.c. So that's building fine. And then if we go in here and change this red to black, that one changed, but this one did not, because this one does not have the hot reloading. So yeah, that is what I would like, I think. We're gonna close that. I don't need that open. Clear that. Leave that as red for now, though I need to change it. I don't like how that looks. Like really, I'd like this to like blend. Like this should be like a shadow maybe. And the same thing would go for these. But we'll think about that in a second here. So yeah, let's just do that for now, I think. Yeah, I don't see a better way of doing that. So that's fine. Unless we put the yeah. I think I could do this. Well, either I add another, I don't really want to add another C file that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's just git s, just add all this. Git cv support building without hot reloading. Hot reloading is, and I actually need to amend this, enabled in debug mode. In debug mode only. And then there was one other thing I wanted to do. So if def here debug. And also this is only in Clang, so what's the let me just see. Found if def Clang else well, you can also just do this. That's not real. Let's just do this properly. Else define cert to do nothing. I'm not even sure that lately I've been finding that debug trap isn't any better than just this int3 no op. I don't know. Maybe I only care about the int3 no op. I don't think like just look up the debug trap. This is a Clang thing. Causes the program to stop its execution in a way that the debugger can catch it. So it's like just a link to the LLVM intrinsic for debug trap, but it doesn't actually say what goes on there because the int3 also just does this. It also just call abort. Well, no, so like you don't want to. So like abort causes the program to exit, right? We just want to. So if you have like a debugger loaded and you call one of these ones, it'll still be recoverable. So you can just like skip over the breakpoint after. Like this is like equivalent to putting a breakpoint in the code. I think I will just. I think I'm just gonna do the this. Oops. Gonna do this. Also, how are you, Erusius? That one's good. So, that's all I did, right? Yeah. So that should be fine. Okay, so that's good for that for now. Now, what I want to do is, oops. Well, I'd like to try to add some like border around these color bars. So let's find the do slider rect, draw slider rect. So, so right now it's this one. Is there a way I can do this without screwing up? I don't want to have to like write these functions myself, but I might have to get it to do what I want. So that border is like way too thick. Yeah, and then that's too thin, and then it still like doesn't clip the corners off properly. So, this should be VG. So I'd still like to blend this into the background though. So I think there's like a fade function in Raylib. Color fade float alpha. And why wouldn't I just sure? I feel like calling fade is kind of pointless, but No, this isn't like really what I want. I want it to like fade. I want it to fade like outward, like a shadow thing. But for now, let's just leave it at that. Um, so yeah, so now I'd like to do this. I'd like to cover this problem. So I think what I'm thinking of is induced slider. We'll just have a static crest index. And that's just going to be equal to -1 to start with, int. So then, or held index or something. Then in here, check collision point. So if is mouse button down, if held index that should be this whole thing. So yeah, so we don't want to do this like collision. So like if you slide off to like another one, you don't want it to like, if you were holding this, even if you're like sliding onto another one, you don't want it to like do this where it like swaps to the other one. Because that one doesn't feel so good. So I think we want this up here. If it's -1, then in here we will go ahead and do held, well, it's only if the button's down. Do we need to do that? So held IDEX equals label IDEX. And then that's fine. And then we also need to just check. So if the mouse button is anytime if the mouse button is down, so like we'll do that at the end, it doesn't particularly matter. So if mouse button like released, is button released, is that what it's called? Is mouse button released? So if is mouse button released, mouse button left, held IDEX should equal -1. And then in here, this actually might just work. This was not actually how I was thinking about using this, but no, this won't work. Okay. This will work. Except it won't work. Well, it will work if I just do this, to be honest. So, oh, okay. So I can't actually do that. Um, Wait, is this like running or is it crashed? No, it's still running. Yeah, because we can close it. So, though possibly because that's like going into the no. Okay. So, um yeah, that's wrong. My logic is bad. Um Let me close this, John. So current wheel logic, bad logic. Check collision point rect. And the held IDEX is 1. Is button released? Is button up or button down? Has been released once. I mean, this could also just be button up. It doesn't particularly matter that it was released. So, but I don't think that is correct. So, let me just do this. Okay. Should it be held IDEX equals -1 equals 1 in the if? I don't think so. So like I'm trying to say that so I'm trying to do is, let me see. So basically like this do slider is just getting called like over and over again. So when the mouse collides, we need to set the index to that one. But if it is, I think I actually don't even need this. So I think it's here. If held IDEX does not equals -1, then we should set it. Otherwise, we should keep the old one. But this check collision, I think I need to like just do this logic a little bit. So this needs to get broken up. So the check collision should be like separate from this adjusting now. So if held IDEX does not equal -1, and then in here, check collision rectangle. If the held index is -1, we're going to update it to whatever the current slider we're working on is. If it's not equal to -1, which means it's both collided and we're not holding it down anymore. And then here, if mouse button is up, we will set the IDEX to -1. It fixes part of the issue. It doesn't fix the if we this still like works. The scrolling still works, which is good. It's just the going off. And then here, if held IDEX does not equal -1, which means that it's collided or the mouse button is down, I don't know if any like this name should be changed, but I think here. I'm sure this didn't make anything. If the held IDEX is not -1, that means that we have a collision and we want to adjust the color. So we check this, we do all this. If the button is down, that part works. Why does it just seem like this static variable? And we can try like setting a breakpoint there. Hopefully GDB can actually pick up on that library now. No source file named colorpicker.c. Make breakpoint pending on future shared library load. That's now breaking. I should have hit continue. No, so the way this works is that the main program just calls this do color picker, which draws this whole thing on every frame. So that is this do slider function. On every frame, we just call this for every slider. But I'm just like wondering that since this is like a shared library, it's like possible that this does not work how I'm thinking it just works. The easy way to just try that is to change to do a build without the hot reloading and just run it. No, okay, so it's like it's a logic issue. So we call that. Okay. Not main. Color picker. Dot C. Maybe this function. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure it would reset when I reload the library, but it should be fine for the time when the library is just loaded. And we're not like reloading. We only reload the library when it's been updated, so we're not like reloading it all the time on every frame. If we collide, we set the collision index to that, the collision index, and then just comment out this resetting part for now and rebuild and then go here. Interesting. Okay, so that one works if you go outside. Besides I'm missing some extra logic to not mess with the other ones. Interesting. Like obviously you can't see where I'm pointing. Like the hex value is only changing the one that I'm actually changing. So that's like good. Actually, it's always, oh yeah, because it's never getting reset, so it's always never one after the first time I just do that. So if I rebuild this and make sure I select green first. I don't know why that readjusted everything to the value that green was just on. So it's just this resetting needs to be fixed. And also some of these this draw triangle logic needs to be fixed. Right, it's using like this current value, which is wrong. It needs to just read from its own index for that one. Text format current. Yeah, this I don't even know if that current variable is like even needed. Probably not. Let me just see here. Yeah, this current shouldn't really be here. Should go here or here. Should go here. We need it for down here, and then this current in here is just this part. Oops. I don't know how that all got copied. Equals this at held IDEX. That part should be fine. So that is working better now. Besides we can't like reset the besides we're not resetting the this thing doesn't work. I don't know if it's like try like the released again. How did I get that to happen? I don't know how this like release thing works in. Yeah, I don't know why the release thing doesn't work. Is mouse button down? Is mouse button um like it I don't know like what Raylib's doing that makes that happen because it shouldn't be getting like reset between calls. Huh. It's really weird. If is mouse button down left, then we do this. Otherwise we can just scroll these colors. Um and we can still drag and do all that. But this is wrong somehow. Why? I mean, I don't think putting it in here makes any sense, but yeah, that wouldn't do anything. Um, why? Okay. This is nice. I like this. So maybe I can just do this check here. If let's put some right brackets here. Maybe the held index. Well, I do need to save the held index between things, but um, if is mouse button, if we collide, and then is the mouse button uh is the mouse button down? So if we collide, then if is mouse button can be up because that just breaks everything. Take the rest of this. Um Huh. So okay, so let me just think this through. So we collide with the rectangle, and then we want to let me just I'm just gonna actually just search for these functions because I'm pretty sure they just look up out of a table that um yeah, all this does is looks up in a table, which I'm assuming is updated. Check if a mouse button has been released once. Check if a mouse button is not being pressed. Um, yeah, so that still has this issue. But you can at least go off, so that's partially better. It's just when you collide with these ones, it's still a problem. You can go like off and it still works. You go wherever. As long as you're holding the mouse button down, that's fine. Um, yeah, why does, because this doesn't even make sense. Like, why does Raylib just think the mouse button is up when I'm doing this? Huh, that's really weird. It's like I'm holding the mouse button and I'm switching between these, so it should never pass this check here. Like, make sure it's rebuilt. Should never pass this check, but it does somehow. Um, how can I do this without using these raylib functions? I don't know. raylib. Let's look at this issue report. I noticed that is button up, all these returns true when master branch. Yes. So I am actually, okay. So it's been fixed in master, I guess. I'm actually on 5.0. So I was just using the one that's in Gentoo right now, which is 5.0. It's actually not in Gentoo, it's in the Guru. The current release, which is 5. Yeah. I'm on like the current release. So that means that we have to good catch. Thanks for finding that. That means I need to just probably build Raylib myself and just copy the library over. That's fine. Yeah, they have not made a new release since fixing that. Let's make a dir build. Dot -g ninja. So where does that get it? ls raylib. No, I don't necessarily want the static thing. Let's try the stat. Well, I don't know if the static even works, so actually I'm gonna not do that. What's the let me just look at the let me look at their build documentation quickly so I can just build the correct one. Okay. Let us go back into here and do this and include this. Then rebuild this. Okay, so let me just check here. These are all just linked to this one. Wait, what? But I'm like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just called that, even though it's not what the release is. So let me just do color picker. Then these links are gonna all be okay. I can just delete these ones. The links are all broken. So that's fine. So we got the raylib.so here, the updated one. And then yeah, need to edit this. LDD color picker. I don't know why that made a Dumb. Third library not found. No such file or directory. Why? I need this to link the correct one, please. /l dot should be fine. It was L was the search path for libraries that crashed. Okay, can't find the symbols. Where? No such file or directory. What do you mean no such? Like it's in the. Probably just need to copy this to like a library search path, which I don't really care too much about. Let me just. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna overwrite the system one. So that's getting installed where? Why did they? What on earth is going on there? So whoever made the Gentoo e-build for this, like, just completely, I don't know what they did, but that's obviously wrong. So that's fine. We will do the. We'll move. That's rmlibraylib.a. Let's move libraylib.so star to. Oh, sorry, I just can't read. This is just like really hard to read. Libraylib. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna complain. Yeah, sorry, the symlink thing isn't like that weird. It's just that I couldn't read. Libraylib is like really hard to parse. Yeah, so let me just cd/user lib and libraylib so.500. Let me just see here. Well, these are all like 5 meg. This is like just not correct at all, but that's fine. Lib raylib to libraylib.so.500. Okay, now we have the correct raylib. So we can go back here and run again. Oh, what happened to my square drawing? Weird. But at least this works now. That's nice. So, we need to figure out what happened to the. Raylib. Is like draw rounded. Does the okay, let's not do this one. Slider. So now I can actually write this test how I wanted to write this test. So if this collides and held IDEX equals -1, and we'll set this. If is mouse button up, exactly. Okay, so that is how I want that to work. Now the only thing that's weird is this. Where is this draw slider rec? What is going on here? Why do we have? Oh yeah. Okay, so this like doesn't even seem to be doing anything now. Let me just confirm this is working at all. Yeah, it is. Okay. So now, what is the bug here with Raylib? I'll note that and this, and I'm gonna just try to do this with just black. I don't even know why this is showing up at all, this like line. Or did they like change something here? This. What's the thing called? Rect. There's rectangle rounded and rectangle rounded lines. So does rectangle rounded work at all? So this should just black out the whole thing. Roundness, segments, color. Roundness 1, segments, color. That works. But rounded lines seems to be broken in this at the current time. So rounded lines, rect, roundness, segments, line thickness. So segments gets computed automatically. Same with the roundness if it's 1. It seems to me like the thickness is just busted. In the current version of Raylib. I don't know if I can. It might be time to just do these rectangle drawings myself, to be honest. Well, for now, I'm gonna comment these out, and then yeah, weird. Let me then. I kind of want to do this HSV thing. But I think we'll just leave this as it is for now, and I'll figure that out in a second. Get the roundedness back. I'd like to do the HSV gradients properly though. I think all of these are just like completely screwed up, to be honest. So, do that. I think we need to draw the HSV texture. So what I need is to get the so here in draw slider rectangle, when we're in the mode HSV, we can no longer use these raylib functions, which is fine. What we need to do is Let me think here. Also, this was like a little ugly. I could have come up with something better than having this thing here. Um, just pause and use the washing quickly and possibly make another coffee quickly. Or at least put the water on. Okay, so I'm back. Let me think here. So yeah, I want to do this HSV thing. So um, what Raylib lets you do is there like a way to draw? So like if you draw texture, I don't know if like you give it like a size to put it gives you a position. Is there a way to like do the size? Not a patch. I don't want to draw a patch. Draws a texture or part of it that stretches or shrinks nicely. Okay, I can actually do that. So what I need to do is make we need to compute the yeah, we need to compute the what's it called? We need to compute a texture that will be like the proper HSV gradient for all of these, besides alpha. Alpha would still just work as it is. Yeah, so we need to compute this properly in HSV space. Same thing with these ends that are just like super weird. And then we're going to load that as a texture and then just draw a texture here instead of this. Now, one thing I could do is if I'm just going to be drawing a texture, well, we'll see. I could possibly do the rounded rectangle part myself in the texture. Just check this. This isn't someone. No. So what we need to do is make an image. I think you can just load arbitrary data into an image, possibly. Load image from memory, but that one like needs a file type. All right, so you can do image draw. So there's like a bunch of image drawing functions in Raylib. So what we want to do is probably just use image draw. Yeah, we're gonna use image draw line vector, I guess. And we're just gonna go through an image that's like the right size, and we're just gonna draw each line, which I'm gonna interpolate properly in HSV land. Now I might have to get rid of this function altogether because I don't want. I have a feeling that it's not going to be really efficient to call this over and over again. Because I could just compute a bunch of stuff using SIMD like really fast. But we will see after I just do it how bad it is. So to do this, we need to do we just need to get an image. So let's write a new function here. It's going to be image so here's a question. So the hue part of this, actually it does need to get changed every time. So it does need to be changed if you adjust any of these sliders. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, so actually the what might be nice to do then is to just generate one big texture that contains all three of these, and then just display the subsections of it for each of these when we're in HSV mode. And that might be like a good way to do like if I add a different image mode as well, like lab, that might be a good way of doing that as well. So yeah, that's what we'll do. So what I'm gonna do is make a new function here. Think like, go to Raylib here. It's bigger. Ag image. So that's in just raylib.h, obviously. Image. Okay. So you can like pass this around by value, doesn't matter because it's got like a data pointer here. So what we'll do is we'll just make an image and then we'll do probably I can just set the format myself to one of the supported Raylib formats. And then I can do Yeah, okay. We have to figure out like how many pixels and stuff to draw, but that's fine. Let's do static image. Um, let's call it generate HSV image. And this is gonna need to take some parameters here. Just think here. Probably it's just gonna need to take like a vector for of the HSV value. And maybe actually we want to probably we want to store the image and not regenerate it every time. So probably we just want to fill in an already generated image. So not call this generate image. We're gonna call in fill HSV image. And then this will take an image I image img image. So let's say that we've just got past an image and the image is already the correct size and we just need to update the data. So to do that, we want to do yeah, we're gonna take the width and the height and we're gonna divide it by 3 so we can get each of these. So not the width, actually, the width doesn't matter. So we need to do F32 line length is going to be im width divided by, I need to cast this to float, and divide it by 3. Not im width, im height. And then let me see. So we've got two things here. We've got image draw line, which takes, yeah, we'll just use the vector version. So image draw this, and it's going to take a pointer to the image. I don't know why. Confusing. Very confusing. Like, can it resize the image? Is that why it takes a pointer? This is in. Okay. This is in our textures.c. You know what the one thing I didn't do is I should really install this properly. Yeah, I should really install this properly because the headers are possibly different than the ones I just have installed on my system. So let's figure out how to do that correctly. I don't want it making there. I mean, it can go to local. It's just I don't want this like lib64 nonsense. Let's just do this properly quickly. Dash D build share libs on dash G and then ja. And how do I get the it's I just don't want the lib64 thing. How do I what's the D? It's gotta be like D libdir. Um so let me just see where was this thing. Probably D cmake install libdir. Okay, so I got rid of that. That's fine. And grep what's it called? Lib something or other. Library. What? Let me just uninstall the other one. Libraylib star. So let's make sure this can still build. Not l dot, but l slash user slash local lib and dash I slash user slash local slash include. Okay, that's that. Let's go back to color picker. Let's see. Let's just check quickly that these are still broken. Rectangle roundness, segments, color. What on earth does the fade function do now? Oops. Just return a color. What's the problem? Rectangle, roundness, segments. Ah, okay. So there's no more of this. Right. So there's no more line thickness. Weird. We need to run, kill and run. I mean, that would explain why that wasn't working. So they removed the line thickness parameter. That's a little bit disappointing. How are you supposed to do that now? It makes no sense to fade this either, if that's the case, because you can't even see the... rectangle. Sorry, let's search this. You just have to use the extra. Funny. So that will actually fix that problem. Cool, okay. Yeah. I know that's not there. Let's do this. Okay, so that's better. That's looking okay. Now we'll go back to the fill image. HSV. So fill image HSV. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna draw a line. So it's actually gonna be for U32 I equals 0, I less than line HSV segments. I want this to be hard coded, maybe not. In here, what we need to do is we're going to start with some, what are these? Are these vector 2s or vector? Draw line, vector 2s. So we need to do some B2 start, top, bottom. And then we're going to do a equal 0. And then 0. Bottom dot y is going to be equal to line length. I guess, oh yeah, we do need to keep that because we need to step this. So let's do this in 3 separate parts. So H component, component, and we'll start with that. And then we're gonna, so at the end here, we're gonna set top.x plus equals 1. Not quite. F32 line width is going to be equal to F32 image dot width divided by segments. Is that, that's not quite right, or is it? That's not quite right. This would be like, that's gonna make it like really blocky. We don't want to do that. Yeah, actually, we're not going to use this segments thing. Don't think that is necessary. This is going to be in width. So we're going to do draw top.rv, bottom.rv, and then the color. So the color, we need to just basically let me think here. I want to use like the color from HSV function. I don't think, but I might for now. Yeah, so let's do this. So color from HSV, so not color from HSV. Yeah, color from HSV. HSV.a times 255. And this is gonna be what's it called? I don't think the A actually. Yeah, no, the A doesn't matter. So this function just sets the A to 255, which is kind of what we want. Color from HSV. So HSV, the H needs, so this is like normalized HSV. The H needs to be, oh, and also it's 3 components. Okay. So yeah, I just need this whole thing. I just need that whole thing. Let me think. No, we need to step through. So for the HSV, we just need to step through from in steps of, we need to step through H from 0 to Let's do this. So, the temp is going to be plus equals 360 divided by imgwidth. Maybe I should call this param. Param. Okay, so and then what we're gonna do is we are going to so just RGB here. Then we're going to bottom dot y plus equals line length. Ooh, this is top dot x and bottom dot x. Then we need to reset top dot x and bottom dot x. This is not typed correctly. To 0. And then we're going to add param. Then we're going to copy this. And this is going to be param. This is going to be the S component. Param here will get incremented by 1 over image width. 1.0 over image width. And then we're going to do the same thing again. And hsv.x y param. And I believe that is it. That's going to do our fill HSV image. So let us now H S V pop.y needs to get incremented as well. That should be correct. I don't want to do this like every time through the old loop de loop here, but what do we have to do here? So if we we've now got an image. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so now I think what we need to do is actually just initialize this image in the old main loop. And store that in the context, so we're not like regenerating the image or like regenerating and leaking memory. So in main, so some of this is going to be like configurable. Let's open util, and in here we're going to go ahead and add an image, image, HSV image, and a texture to the HSV texture. Oops. Okay, so that is like that now. Okay, so in main here, we will do, so I was like curious about, well, this has to get changed. I want to basically what we want to do here is take this image, we're going to do context on image. So there's like a few different things here. There is resize, which is like what I think I want to call first. So image resize. And this one. And then a new width and a new height. So for the width, let's say, I don't really know how wide this should be. Let's just start with like I don't know if I should do like powers of 2. I kind of feel like programmer brain kicking in and want to do powers of 2 for some reason. Let's just do 360 and 360 for now. kind of arbitrarily. And yeah, this doesn't matter. Uh, sure, it literally does not matter here at all. We're gonna resize that to 360 by 360, and then we're gonna reserve a texture for it and cache that. So we're gonna do context dot it's called HSV. What did I call this? HSV image, img, and HSV texture. Going to be equal to load texture from image. And here we just pass the image directly. So we're going to reserve that texture. I'll build this guy. Close this or crash it, more like, because we changed the struct layout. So that's fine. Okay, so first thing first is I just want to call this once in color picker.c. So let's call this once. Here, this is temporary, but that's fine. So temp equals 0 if temp, if not temp. Still img HSV context to img HSV img and HSV. So yeah, just we're just gonna copy that in. Yeah, well, because basically like, yeah, that's fine. We have like a color already selected. We're not in converting. Let's convert it to HSV before we just run this, and then update texture from image. Update. Well, that's a problem. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna leak that texture in main for now. That's okay. I'll fix that right after this. You can actually upload. I guess you can do update textures. I guess like since I haven't resized the image, it should just be the same thing. The one thing I didn't do is actually set the image pixel format correctly in main. Uh, Okay, image format. If new format, let's just find out where these are looking at. I just want to set this to I just want to set this to this uncompressed RGBA. Yeah, sure. I have to do that in main, which is annoying. Which means I need to comment this whole thing out for now. Okay, so set that one. And then yeah, so color picker, not color picker dot C. So back in here. Update this could be like completely wrong, but we will see. Update texture. Context to HSV texture. And context to HS image dot data. So that would happen. And then here we want to just draw the texture somewhere randomly on the screen. Probably I'm just going to move this to the end so that it always just gets displayed. For this first time. So we're going to do a draw texture. And just put it, put it here. And then, so this, and then a vector to, 0. Let's just draw it straight at 0, 0. That's fine. And color tint. I don't know what the tint does. I don't want it to tint. I think like the tint. Gonna get up and use the wash quickly, but then, yeah. So let's just mute and do that. Tint, tint, tint. We don't want to tint. Let me see here. So here's tint. I think like tint basically just multiplies everything with like there's like a Rayleigh color tint, which is just color multiplied with another color. So I'm not sure why we need to actually specify this, but make it white so that it doesn't do anything at all. Yeah, should be fine. So let's compile this. It's not called that. What's it called? Fill HSV image. Okay, well, that texture is not getting drawn. Maybe we need to put this elsewhere. Yeah. Like not even showing up at all. Let me look at the, I'm gonna have to look at the draw texture examples. Yeah. Let's go to the examples and go to the texture. Is there like a decent one here? I mean, this example is like not what I need to see. This would be like load an image, then crop it, flip, resize, that doesn't matter. Image draw. That thing doesn't do what I care about. All I want to see is where they draw the texture. White. Um, we need to restart this for one. Let's get rid of the vector for now, and we'll just do this in separate components. Wonder if it doesn't like my image. I think there's like an example where they generate texture, image generation. That's not really what I want because like these other ones where they just straight up load an image and then they just display it. This is like really weird. So let's just not draw that. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem to matter that much. So we stop running this and then update texture. This whole thing should be fine. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Pixels data must match the format. Well, yeah, it does because I'm just can I just like break? Let's go stack here. Okay, so we're like broken here in let's go into main and let's go to, oh, these are all different. Oh no, so that's the stack frame. Sorry. There is like a bunch of random threads though, but that doesn't matter. Let's go here. Let's set a breakpoint here. Hello. So this should be fine, right? Why can't it break here? What is going on with GDB? What on earth is going on with GDB, dude? GDB, please. Okay, so we're here. Keep going. I don't want to. I don't know why this can't. I should have been a little bit more careful about what I just when I was stepping around. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna exit that one. That's the GL init. Set viewport. Skip over all this. Okay, so this is init window. Now we should be in main. Why does GDB not have the main file? Uh, and huh? I don't understand why GDB can't find main. Let me close this and I'm gonna rename the file. Okay, so let's just do this. An RM color picker. So that loads fine. C color picker main. What's the I can't even remember what the what's the command for GDB set run file? I don't remember what the command is. I think it's like program. It's not program. Is it file? Okay. No. Why? Exe, path to exe main. Uh, I want to set the breakpoint GDB. Help me. Okay, so set working dir dot, it should be fine. And then set start debugged program. File does what? And how do they load file into the running program? Now I want to just set the running program, please. Target. Yeah, maybe target. Sorry, target exact main. I have no idea why GDB is like just completely broken right now. Let's just try using command line GDB. There should be debug symbols. Why? You know what? I'm probably just dumb. I should just add it in GGDB. Probably part of the problem here. Okay, that helps. That would help. Okay, let me just close this for now and do a set sid-f dot slash df2 dot slash main and move that. And now if we do files main.c here, okay, that would help me a lot. So we're gonna run. I'm gonna do a next. We can do this. We would put up here. So there's like a bunch of, yeah, the color's not a bit annoying right now, but that's fine. HSV image. I want to watch this. So we're gonna skip over that, skip. I see. So it doesn't want you to fun. So that is useful to know. We're gonna get rid of this. I don't care about this breakpoint right now, and we're just gonna run. Well, you know what? We're gonna close that. We have to fix this bug first, just so there's something up on screen. Sure. Yeah. So what we need to do here is figure out how to get rid of lib. So Just give me an image that is the right size. I just want it to give me an image. Export image to memory, export image, unload image, load image from memory. I just want to I just want to draw my own image. Well, I'm just gonna write into this anyways, but let's do this properly. We'll do HSV image equals gen image color 360 black. Let's just do this. Okay, and then we're gonna close this. Gonna break here. Gonna run. So we hit the breakpoint. So now we have some data. Have this. We have the right format. We have one bitmap. So now if we do next step, next snap. Okay, and that's commented out, so we're not going to draw that yet. So let's just see here, and drawing, and that will draw this to the screen. Okay, that's fine. Let's get rid of this breakpoint, and let's just continue. So I'm gonna set this color up. Let's switch here. Let's go to like this, maybe like some of this. We got this. We're gonna uncomment this now, and we should be able to get what I want going on there. There we go. Okay, so now if we move this to 0, 0, now as we do this, probably what I want is not so, probably want to figure out like how wide. Yeah, so, okay. That is correct, though. That's what we want. If you do this, then you do this. Yeah, exactly. That is what I'm looking for. So we're gonna comment this part out for now. And we're gonna build that and get rid of that. We don't have to do this update every time. We only want to do this update when we actually change the slider. So either we so there's like two places where we should do that. So honestly, we might just want to set like a flag on the context that says redraw HSV or reload HSV, which gets, so if in here, if we just go ahead and update this, we need to actually make sure that this actually gets changed. Oh yeah, this will get changed. Yeah. This works now. So we figured out that this thing works again. So what we want to do instead then is to yeah, let's add a flags field to the context. Where do I want to put that? Also, I don't know why that's like that. Let's put it down here. U32 flags. And let me see. Color picker flags. Yeah, because we want to store multiple. So color picker flags. CPF clear. This is just null. It doesn't matter. And then we're gonna do CPF this one is just gonna be 0. I don't actually need that. Never mind. We're only setting this, right? CPF HS redraw texture. Let's call that because I might not just use this for HSV. That's going to be equal to 1 shift 0. Okay. So good. The rebuild. Need to actually define that correctly. I don't know what happened there. Actually, I do know what happened there. That didn't crash, even though it, yeah, well, it's fine. Probably should have crashed, but it didn't, so that's fine. We'll go here, go back to this. Now, what we'll do is in this loop, we will do if context to flags and CPF redraw, what do I call it? Redraw texture. We're not gonna do this. Maybe it should have been called like update texture. Refill texture. I don't know. Do refill texture. Okay, and then so that's going good. Now, in the, let's just close that. In the do slider, first of all here, CTX, if CTX the mode equals CP mode, color picker mode, HSV, and we need to do CTX to flags or equals CP flags refill texture. And then also in the yeah, that seems reasonable enough to me. In here, if we have done this, not that, if we have done this, yeah, whatever. Maybe Let me think. Maybe we'll just always just redraw the texture. Let's just do it like that. That seems fine. Because then I don't have to test that in so many places. So okay, so if the mode does not equal HSV, so here instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to change. I think I'm gonna change like the resolution and stuff of that texture in a second, but before I just do that, let's go here and do so we need to do a draw a part of a texture defined by a rectangle with probe round. Draw a part of a texture defined by a rectangle. Yeah. Some of this is going to get changed here. Let us take this up to here. And then let's do that. And for those lines, those need to get drawn both times. This can go in here now. And then in here, we're going to stop doing this craziness. We're going to assume that the rectangle texture is already loaded, and we're going to do draw texture. Right. So this needs the slider context. I don't know why I moved this out of the do slider, to be honest. Let's move this back into do slider. Yeah. This is not happening now. Get rid of this function altogether. Which IDEX was just getting passed in there? It should be the label IDEX here. And same with here. Redefinition of current. Go to that. Cool. Funny. Yeah, this thing is not right. This is the slider rec. Okay. Okay. So here, if the mode, let's change this around. Draw texture. Actually, no. So, no, actually, I want to flip that because this can probably get reused if the mode. So this should just get changed to if mode equals RGB, where we can do the linear blend. Okay, so we need the context to HSV texture. Probably we should, yeah, that's fine for now. Let's leave it at that for now. Then draw a part of the texture defined by the source. Probably there's gonna be like a table here. How do I want to do this? So we need to figure out the texture. We need a new rect here. Texture rect. And that is going to be equal to zero. And then texture rect dot position dot y is going to be plus equal three. No, that's not right. I already determined that that's not correct. We need to fix that as well. That's okay. If label IDEX equals 4 equals 3, like alpha channel, alpha else so alpha is going to be, let me see here. Yeah, this looks fine. I don't know what I'm typing here. Color, RGB equals color from HSV for now. This will depend on the mode, but that's fine. HSV.x times 360, HSV.y, HSV.z. This is actually context to color. Not good enough. Context to color, and then really this is color cell. And then color left equals cell. Color right equals cell. Left dot A equals 0, right dot A equals 255. And then okay, so that part is fine for that one. And then for this one, this is going to be image dot height. So context to HSV image dot height over 3 times label IDEX. Zero, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. PR dot size dot height is going to be equal to, let's add a space here. Is going to be equal to this one. PR size dot width is going to be equal to context image dot width. Let me just see here. Draw texture rectangle. I need to make sure like it fits in the area correctly. I think I need to actually do this end patch thing, and I need to figure out what the end patch is. Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. So the width is not correct right now, but that's fine. Let's just oh yeah. So yeah, okay, this part makes sense. So this, and then that should all be correct for that part. The texture rectangle dot RR. And the position is going to be the slider rect dot position dot RV. And then the int is just white. Color from HSV. CTX to HSV image. Okay, so that is that one. And then if we do this, Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting to happen. Um, good. I mean, that's what I was expecting, so that's fine. Um, we need to draw that to fit the yeah, we need to basically make sure this is, so when we go to generate the image, we need to make sure this is going to be like the right size for the slider. I'm not sure why this is bleeding into this part. Let's do a little breakpoint here. I'm just going to do a little hacky thing for the time being. I just want to try something. So we're going to go into do slider. We're going to set a breakpoint here. So we're break in locals. Continue. Want to hit the breakpoint. Why are we not hitting the breakpoint? Why are, okay, the breakpoint is gone now. Okay, try this. Here we go. So we're braked. Continue. Okay, so now we're actually broken where we're supposed to be broken. What I want to do here is just check the slider rect. So slider rect dot size is 486 by 48.6. So we're gonna just do the hacky thing first here. 3 times slider rect dot dot size dot height. 145.8. Yeah, no. Main.c. So that is 486. And that is 145.8. 146. It has to be rounded. Do that for now. And we're gonna get rid of these. Close this. Kill. I need to build this, make sure it's built. I can't see kill. And we're gonna run. Okay. Wait, what happened to the wait, what? Why did that happen? Raw texture. Um texture, zero, and white. What is it? Position. I want draw texture B. What happened to the H? What happened to the H, dude? Yeah, no. What? Why would that? Why? Why is that happening? Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Also, why is the... No, it's fine. It's just this texture is like screwed up. It's definitely like some rounding errors. But probably we want that to be like quite a bit bigger. Yeah, so anyways, my stupid hacky thing wasn't gonna work anyways, so that's fine. We're gonna go back to the correct in main. It's not the correct thing to do, but wait, did I do height width and it should have been... Which order was this supposed to be in? Width, height. No, that's correct. Let's just go back to this square for now. Close that and run. And we should get some random color going and swap it over. Swap. Yeah, why is alpha loading up? I will be right back. So I should just do this properly and basically stretch this to the right area. I'm not sure about this overdrawing. That seems weird. Um, let's get the stretching working first, and then we'll see why it's just overdrawing like that. That just implies that the height... Oh, I know what the problem is. HSV. Do slider. Yeah, I do know what the problem is. So here, position fine. Height should be not this. Height should be shader rect dot size dot h. There we go. Yeah, so now yeah, so what we want to do is actually just stretch this properly. So I think I need to use this npatch thing. What's an npatch info? Source raylib.h. npatch layout info. We're gonna have a source rectangle, a left border offset, right border offset, top left, layout of the npatch. No, I don't want that. I don't know what an npatch is, but I don't think that's right. It's an npatch. Let's go to this game developer website. This is like, excuse me. It's like a normal patch. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't care about that right now. I want to just like stretch this. So, what can I do here? So, I can draw texture. With a scale. What does the draw texture with a scale do? Oops. What happened here? Draw texture EX. Probably we just want to draw texture. So source, draw a part of a texture. I don't know why this documentation says with pro parameters. Like I don't know what that means. This here now it's clear what that means, but like the documentation, normal Raylib documentation doesn't make any sense for that. So yeah. So what we want to do instead is use the draw texture pro. Now we thought this is the source one. Actually, everything here is just the same except for we got the source and then the rect rectangle destination should just be the shader rect, or the slider rect. I read that. Pro should have a, sorry, what are the parameters here? So texture, source, dest, origin, rotation. Rotation is a 0. Wait, whoa. Let me just, first, let's just try doing this, the EX. All the draw texture EX takes the texture. Oh, no. That's not what I want at all. Because that's just going to draw the whole texture. I need to do the pro. The pro needs to be used correctly, basically. Let me see what's happening here. Origin is relative to the destination rectangle size. So it's just 0. Oops, go back to pro, not X. Yeah, there we go. Cool, that is looking fantastic. Heck yeah. Awesome, that is great. Probably need to decide what to do with this label still, but and instead of stretching this, we probably want to like, first of all, we're like making it way too high. Like we're drawing like way too many vertical pixels. So probably we want to decide how to set that up properly. Maybe it's time to just refactor that a little bit then. Shader, so like this do slider, probably what we want to do is have like a function that just gives the that just gets the, let me see, get slider um get slider rect. So it will just take a normal rect and then split it into 3 rects for use in this. So let's do that. Get slider subrects. And probably we can make the parameters optional. That would make sense. Direct R rect pointer left rect pointer center rect, and rect pointer right rect. Well, these are for sliders specifically. So yeah, let's use the same names. The label rect, maybe even just do label slider value. And so then if label equals, let's do this. Label equals cut rect left are so that one. If slider slider is cut rect middle 0.1 0.85 and if value equals cut rect right are 0.85. Then here we'll just do a little bit of a I don't know if I care this much about this. What is this even doing? Okay. Yeah, that just makes it too big, so we need to not I need to include this scaling up here. This scaling is important as well. So we'll do a little bit of a rect L VR SR. And we will delete that, and we'll do get slider subrects and LR R and LR and SR and VR. Okay, so that working good. That is working good. And then with that function existing, maybe I don't need to initialize this texture in the main anymore. The only reason I was doing that was to get the Yeah, so I think that what I want to do is if this, not this, I don't care about that. If this, so if we need to refill the texture, Let me see here. So this subregion, this is all for the slider. So I'm gonna move this into this thing. And also we should do this first. Yeah, okay. So here, what we're gonna do is probably we will pass in this R, and this is going to need to get passed in by reference now. Yeah, let's do that. Then up here, fill HSV image. It's going to take a reference to an image, not that, pointer to an image, and it's going to take a rect R. The rect will be called, oops, okay. The rect will be called, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be. It shouldn't take this. It should just take a vec2 size. Okay, so slider region. That function that I just wrote called. Let's do this properly. Get slider subrects. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Zero and R 0. And then we're gonna pass the shader rect dot size. Fill HSV image. The line length is gonna be, so let's do this. If image to height is less than, is not equal to size dot h times 3. Which has to be passed to an int. Hopefully this should be fine. There might end up being like some issue with some rounding here, but we will see about that. Then well, maybe this is not even the right place to do this. Let's not do this here because of multiple reasons. Let's do this in the main thing. We need the texture, because we have to resize the texture as well, which means we have to delete the old texture. So we need to resize the texture. I'm sorry, image resize. And context to this. This stuff does not get taken anymore. That was a dumb idea. Okay, so that, and then it's gonna take a new width and new height. So shader region, slider region dot size dot w, and slider region dot size dot h. And then we're gonna do that, and then we have to we need to unload texture, and we need to load texture from image. Yeah. This is a little wasteful, but I don't think this is getting called very often, so that's fine. Like this is gonna get called only the first time, I think. Until I go ahead and add like resizing, which I will do. But either way, it still only gets called when it's getting resized, so it doesn't really matter. Because technically we could like fold this into here. Yeah, that's good. Oops, image dot, really it should be image dot width, not height. This should be ×3 though. Now there is seemingly to be, there is some rounding error. Let me see. So first of all, is that right? Image resize. Did I do the right thing here? I think so. Yeah, new width, new height. Do slider here. And the alpha still looks fine, it's just this one. So the actual rectangle we want is Why is that? Let's let's do the old um raw texture vex. This one 0 vector to 0 and um white. Okay, why is that happening? Also, why does that switch when we're switching to RGB? Why is the texture getting updated when I switch to RGB, huh? Oh, right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I specifically told it to switch to when you're doing RGB. Let's get rid of that for now. I'm never clearing this flag. Good. Okay. So that actually means that when we switch we do have to set the flag when we switch the mode to HSV. So that's correct now. And we're not like completely wasting time redrawing the texture a million times. Um, Let me think here. So, I need to figure out why this is happening. What's happening there? And also the texture. I mean, it's fine to like add some padding to the image resize, right? But um, like times 3.2 or something, and then just regen this. That actually doesn't help. Okay. Just leave that at 3. I don't know why the padding's like screwed up. Uh, yeah. So why is this like just all going red? What happened there? Let's add a breakpoint in the old fill HSV image. Continue. I don't know why that was doing that, but let's continue. And then, why is this? Yeah, this isn't breaking properly. Just kill this for now. Set a breakpoint in that one. Yeah. Continue for now. I mean to do this first. Set some random color. Then switch to HSV. Yeah, let's send that to 2. Take a look here. Image height is 486. Image width, sorry, is 486. I wonder if this needs to be like powers of 2. Or even multiples of 2. Whoa. Whoa. Why is the param just always 0? Ah, my bad. We can just continue this and delete that. Yeah, that is definitely my bad. Need to take a break here soon. Oh. Yeah. Good. Sometimes the implicit conversion to float rules are like really annoying in C. So even though like params of float, it does this thing first, which if these were just integers, it's gonna round to 0, which is wrong. Okay, so now we just need to fix this little bit of a weird delta that's going on with the texture. We can get rid of this thing. Don't need that anymore. So we need to fix this little bit of a let me just get this to reload. If I add like 3.2, it should be okay. Well, I have to keep track of that though. I don't want to do that. That seems dumb. Probably I want to fix it in the do that. I probably just need to do like a floor here. So the position is fine. It's this size that's wrong. Help if I could spell. Fine, I'll include math. even though I know Raylib's including math. That did not help that one. Let me just... We need to like make sure that's like a reasonable multiple. Let me just think here. So when we multiply the height by 3, if we just... I think what I just want to do is make sure that the height ends up as like an even multiple of 3. Which basically means what? So fix is like the 1, but it's not right. Basically because the position ends up wrong. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to just want to make sure that this gets rounded up when we do this resize. And spell it correctly. And I'll have to restart this, I think. Not quite. Yeah, I need that to be rounded to like an even multiple of 3. I don't think it is right now. I'm gonna go here, look at context, image. That's like not an even multiple of 3, right? So like 146 is not divisible by 3. Yeah. I need it to be divisible by 3, which would be like 147, I think. Um, properly just calculate the correct. Oh, also the other thing is, yeah. So let's properly. Yeah, let's round this up. And then let's do this here. Um, times 3, and then plus. So when we do the mod with the 3, height mod 3 gives us 2. So it should be 3 minus that. So it should be plus equals 3 minus h mod 3. H mod 3. And that should work. I believe so anyways. Yeah, oops. Width height. Hello to cap. That's a tongue twister. So now if we kill this and run, and I need to delete this breakpoint, or I need to kill this altogether. Why is this? What's happening here? Oh. Let me just try just running. Yeah, what happened there? Why didn't that? What's going on with the old? Kill, run. Why is that breaking in like some random place? Help breakpoint, help break. To help breakpoint, I just want to delete all. Breakpoint, break, delete. What is the command? Is it just delete? Okay, it's just delete. Answered yes, okay. So now let's try this. Thank you. So, clear that. I don't care about that. Now let's see what happens when we set a nice image. Okay, good. So now there's no weird clipping going on. And this is looking how it should look. Awesome. So that is a good point to leave off for a break. Alpha still... Ooh, alpha's broken. Interesting. Actually, I know why alpha's broken. Let's fix alpha quickly. Yeah, alpha should be... Where are we here? Oh yeah, this just gets clamped to the... Yeah. Cell dot A should equal context to color dot A times 255. Yeah, exactly. So now alpha should not be broken. Good. The way to fix this is to get rid of the background, stupid red rectangle, red circle. Get rid of that. Pretty cool, but you ask me. Yeah, so let's take the win on that one. Keep the red circle for now. Let me just sort this because I'm dumb like that. Okay. So, yeah. What are we doing now? Oops, git s, git add that, add, oops. I don't particularly need to worry about that. vbuild, this can still be called color picker. That line I don't care about. This stuff ideally shouldn't really be here, to be honest. This would be like local configuration, so I'm not gonna commit that. I do want to commit the -ggb part though. Yeah. So let's just do this. Oops. That was not what I meant to do, but that's okay. Git cv. So what are we doing now? Properly draw HSV sliders and allow dragging off slider. Allow dragging. Yeah, sure. Oops, don't do that. Oh, it's still in the clipboard. That's not so bad. So fix this by doing that, and by doing that, switching this to an L. That's got to go before the Raylib. What did I do? Anyways, I can figure that out on my own. So let us bring this to the front, and this is crashed for no apparent reason. Probably because I rebuilt it. Okay, I need to actually fix the build thing on my computer. Yeah. So I can relaunch that. Let me just do this quickly. Oh, duh. This is lib. You also just disabled the bug for now, but that's fine. So there we go. Let's run that out of the debugger. Kill. Yes, run. So here we go. Not that one. So here we go. Let's go to some nice thing. We'll go into HSV land. Pick some nice color. Alrighty, so that is going to be it for me for now, and I should come back. Well, it's already kind of definitely going to come back in the afternoon, but I need to take a little break now. So it might be like an hour break, it might be 2 hour break. Haven't decided yet. So that will be all for now. Thanks everyone for watching, any new viewers, returning viewers, and I will see you in a couple hours if you come back. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. Bye.